Hi everyone, this is Amrit Maldonado from the Panther team here at Filebased. Today we'll be discussing how to integrate Panther and a Redis cluster for your application failovers. By default, the state of your applications is stored in files on your server. These files are called cache files, and examples of what's stored in your cache files are your bundles, your JPL global variables, as well as your transaction manager state. Now these cache files are assigned names corresponding to the web IDs that are passed back and forth between the browser and the server. This is an architecture diagram of our file-based caching. But now for the first time, we are releasing a fully functional sample that implements a Panther Web's external cache interface. This sample uses Redis as a server. It also uses Redis client software for C that supports Redis clusters. Now if you don't like Redis, no problem. We are giving you the source code which contains few functions for your Redis client APIs that you may replace with your choice of preferred data store. Now let's spend a minute talking about the benefits of in-memory cache. They include improved performance, better scalability, and of course high availability. Now since Redis uses an in-memory data store, it does provide a superior performance compared to Panther's file-based caching. It is also superior to relational database systems that persist data to disk. By using Redis, you can have multiple machines running J servers that share the same global cache. Now these machines do not need to share the same file system, and globally unique cache IDs are guaranteed. You don't even need Redis Cluster to get this benefit. A single Redis server will suffice. The benefits of using Redis Cluster is that it performs automatic sharding, allowing the cache to be distributed in hash buckets across many servers as needed to support the load of the application. It's potentially infinitely scalable, especially when set up in a Google Cloud or AWS type of environment. It also allows for master and server slave type configurations, assuring high availability and failover. Alright, let's move on to our demonstration. Malika will be demonstrating how to use Panther and a Redis cluster to perform external caching for your application. Go ahead, Malika.
Thank you, Amrit. And hello, everyone. I'm Malika, and I'm going to demonstrate how Redis Cluster is caching Panther Web data like bundles and globals and the transaction manager state, as Amrit has already explained about it. So let's start with the cluster. As you can see on my screen, I have built a cluster, Redis cluster, using 6 nodes, in which three nodes are masters and the other 3 nodes are slaves. I have 2 Google Cloud instances, and the platform is Debian 9, where I have installed Redis server. So as you can see here, on the first instance, I have 2 master and 1 slave running on port 7010, 11, and 12. And on the other instance, I have 2 slaves and 1 master running on the ports 7014, 15, and 13. And I'm also going to show you how Redis cluster handles the failover. If the master fails for some reason, or the slave is no longer in contact with the master, so the slave becomes the master. As it's a replica of master, it will be having all the keys and will be able to get the cache data even after the master is failed. So let's have a look on the demo now. For my demo, I have 2 screens here. My first screen, where I'm saving the globals, the value of the global variables. Whatever I will type in here will become the value of the global variables, and then I will send a bundle and will receive that bundle on the other screen, that is screen 2. So this is my first screen, and you can see the web ID here. So actually Panther generates a unique web ID each time a request is sent. There are unique IDs changing these numbers. So here we are using these web IDs as a key to store the data on the Redis cluster machine. As we know that Redis works on the key value. Redis stores the data in the key value form. Here the web ID is is a key for the caching, for the cached data. So let's enter some value here. And now save this. I saved the global, and now we'll send the bundle and receive it on the other screen. So here I see that globals are received, and I see the word which I typed in there, hello. Okay. So now let's look how it looks on the server. So let me first connect to the server, Redis server. So I will connect to Redis server using Redis client for the remote machine. So I have my server running on the machine. This is the machine name, Redis Cluster 1, the port number. So let's check on which master I have the data. So this is one of the master node. So we can check the data here. So as you can see here, this is my application, and it saves all the cached data based on the web IDs, and these are all keys for the data. Now let's check what the slave node is having for this master. What keys are stored there. So let's connect to the slave for the one is the node 14, which is running on the port 14. Is the slave for this master, and that is running on my instance 2. So let's check what keys are stored here. As you can see, we're having the same values which are stored here. The same keys are repeated to the slave. Okay, so now let's see what happens when one of the master fails. So let me just call the screen again. And we type something here, say hi, and save this value. You can see the web ID changed to 112. Now let's check master server 13. So it's 112. So we don't have that key here. Let's check on another server, which is 11, the master server. And it has 1110, but no 112. So we have one more master running here on port 7010. So let's check. You see that we have 112 here, the key. And so let's check the slave for this master, which is 7014, running on another machine. We'll check the 14. And we have keys 112 here. So we'll shut down the master that is 7010. So this one is this 7010. So I'll shut down this machine. Okay, Redis is exit. So let's now check whether we receive the data on the other screen or not. Okay. So you can see that even after shutting down the master node, I still receive the value and it from the cache, and it shows the data which bundled from the first screen. To enable this on the Panther Web ini file, so here you can see Redis cluster variable you need to define. This is the name of the machine, or you can also give specify the IP address of the machine, colon, and the port number, and with a comma you can specify multiple ports here, multiple port numbers here, and you also need to enable the external cache as 1, and you need to enable the web ID as 1.
Thank you, Malika. That was an excellent demo. Well, folks, you now know that you have an alternate way to cache your Panther Web data. If you would like to download our source code, feel free to email us at support@prolifics.com and we'll set you up with a download of our source. Also, if you're watching our video for the very first time, do subscribe to it. Well, thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day.